This is ZNS Total Sports.
Good evening, Bahamas. I'm Kelsey Johnson. Welcome to Sports Wednesday. You should see Buddy Buckets. That's what fans call the shots made by Bahamian Buddy Hield from behind the arc. Hield has already won 2 awards and will head into the Big 12 championships in search of a conference title. Our team, which includes Charles Fisher and cameraman Ashley Taylor, are the only local network there and will bring you the up-to-the-minute action starting with this report.
Once again, we're coming to you from the Phillips Arena here in Kansas City, Missouri. Back home, you know him as Buddy. Over here, they know him as Buddy Buckets. Buddy Buckets and the Oklahoma Sooners getting in their first practice this morning, but his heart is on the way back to the 242.
It's been fun, I've been able to motivate the guys back home, the little kids back home, and I look up to a lot of players growing up too. So having a guy from the Bahamas out here in America playing basketball at a high level, gives them a sign of hope and someone who they can look up to and be a role model for them. So I hope I continue to be that role model that they need, and hope they use my story as motivation.
Buddy happy about the decision to come back for his senior year.
It's been hard making a decision, but I'm just happy I came back to college and got better and improved my skills, and it's been fun, and it's been a fun journey, and it's close to the end of the road. So I'm just enjoying it now and just trying to win games and try to stay alive and survive and advance is all I'm trying to do, and try to win a championship out here in Kansas City.
He's a rock star here in the States. Even I got a chance to speak about Buddy. Every television set wanted a piece of me. But Brian Brinkley from KFOR TV in Oklahoma says Buddy is the best they've ever had.
I was born and raised in Oklahoma, lived there my whole life, and he is easily one of the handful of the most popular athletes that OU's ever had. He's just got a magnetic personality, and the way he has improved every year at Oklahoma, I think has made Sooner fans even admire him that much more.
Yes, the big game tomorrow against Iowa State at 9 o'clock ESPN. Be glued to your television sets, you folks back there in the Bahamas. On behalf of my cameraman Ashley Taylor, I'm Charles Fisher for ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks so much, Fisher. The schedule is out for the National High School Basketball Tournament taking place in Freeport, Grand Bahama. The tournament kicks off tomorrow at 7 p.m. However, the official ceremony will take place at 11 a.m. Playing first will be Cat Island and Bishop Michael Eldon. South Andrews and Abaco are in the second game, and the feature will see North Andrews taking on San Salvador.
What I like to do, I like to pair teams like from different places, different islands, so we would have a repeat of like the GSSA championship necessarily in the nationals. We won't have a repeat of the Grand Bahama teams in the nationals. We won't have a repeat of the Family Island teams in the nationals. So hopefully, even though I see a seeding, I have a schedule, and I just received another one from Grand Bahama, so they probably would prefer to schedule the senior boys games. But I know definitely I have a schedule for the senior boys, and I also have a schedule for the Family Island and the girls division.
This National High School Basketball Championships comes on the heels of the National Volleyball Championships last year. That particular tournament was dubbed a success by officials who are hoping that the results are the same with basketball.
I think that this first one needs to be, it needs to set the stage for the ones to come. And this one can't be just like a hit and run, miss, that kind of thing. No, we have to make sure that this one will grow into future ones. And I think from the team selected, I think it's going to be a very, very exciting tournament. It's good also for some of these children who are in the tournament. Some of these kids from the Family Island has never traveled, has never been to another Family Island. Some of these kids who are here in Nassau has never traveled to Freeport. This is a good opportunity for them to meet new people, have camaraderie among themselves and have a good time, but at the same time, keep in mind, the ultimate goal is to win.
The road to Rio has started for our Bahamian boxers who are hoping to bob and weave their way into the August Games. As our Jonathan Benson tells us in this report, the 6-member team is excited and ready to rumble.
Master motivator Spence Finlayson trying to get our national boxing team pumped up ahead of their Olympic qualifier in Argentina, and the pep talk seemed to do the job.
I get me pumped up. I have that flow into my blood right now.
That left me up good, that motivate me well, to go there and just give them my all, do great, you know what I mean, and do something good for the Bahamas.
When I shake your hand, I feel this type of energy, you know, not the normal type. I feel that type of energy in the heart, you know, so I ready for this. I ready for this. So I ain't just doing it for me. I doing it for the Bahamas, and for everyone who believe in me, and for everyone who don't believe in me. So, you know, I got to come on with it, baby.
The Boxing Federation really pulling out all the stops in hopes of qualifying for Rio because in addition to the pep talk, they also brought personal trainer Natasha Brown on board for a month-long training camp.
Ultimate Fitness is probably the only facility at this time that's able to provide housing for athletes. And I can honestly say that it's been very rewarding because one of the things that really happened, and I think this is the first time we've done it, was the fact that the athletes were able to stay on site and they got up very early in the morning and their training started as early as 4:30 a.m., which also allowed them to be able to get their first meal after working out and to be in a setting that can help them to remain focused on their training and to keep them mentally prepared for whatever they're about to enter in.
Boxing at the Olympics may be different from past years this time around, with pros possibly being given the opportunity to compete. But even if that ends up being the case, national team assistant coach Ron Rogers thinks the amateurs will still be able to hold their own.
We had them sparring 4 different training camps where they went up against semi-pros. So they're used to that style of fighting as well, but in the same weight class. It's just another person in front of you.
Making up the national boxing team are Ronald Woodside, Rasheal Williams, Carl Heald, Israel Johnson, Devon Hamilton, and Keishno Major. Jonathan Benson, ZNS Total Sports.
Thanks so much, Jonathan. The Grifter trials for track and field are set for this weekend at the original Thomas A. Robinson Stadium. Athletes are hoping to meet the mark to be named to the squad, which will be heading to Grenada during the Easter holiday weekend.
And we're also looking forward to qualification standards from some of our college athletes. As you know, most of them will just be wrapping up their indoor season now. And so we look for them to make the qualifying standards very soon for their events. I must say I'm excited that already locally we have had some qualifiers in field events such as the shot put, as well as with the high jump. And so I'm always excited when we have qualifiers in those events which tend to get overlooked.
A team of young and upcoming gymnasts were in Florida over the weekend, competing in the American Twisters Tim Rand Invite. Neil Thompson, who is a level 1 through 3 coach, liked what she saw while there.
We move forward. We try to look for certain things that the judges like. We try to look at which scores in our team and other teams as well get higher scores overall. And so if we notice the judges like more height on vault, then when we come back, we try to train our girls to get more height on vault. If they like a certain way that they dance on floor, we try to include that in the training as well, just trying to figure out the smaller things in the program as we go along.
Commissioner of the Commonwealth American Football League, McDonald Gibson, wants to expand the league next season and encourages persons who love the game to form teams.
Our goal is to try to see if we can expand the league by at least 2 teams. We're presently working on the team from Abaco, and if we can get an additional team in Nassau, that is the goal. Presently now, as it stands now, we have 4 teams in Nassau. Only one of them didn't make the playoffs. We have 2 teams in Freeport, but of course, like I said, the Falcons, they're the newest team, and the 8 Mile were Crushers. But what happened was the Crushers decided into the season that they would not be able to play any games because of funding again.
Well, that's your first look at sports. There's more to come.
This is ZNS Total Sports.